Oh, sick. It just did that thing where it just doesn't count down anymore. That's awesome. What's going on, everyone? Today we're talking about AFL Round 9, the offs for the Stands Cup, and the Prem is over unofficially. What's going on, everyone? We're here with episode number 103 of the Storm of the Beach podcast, talking about all things great and garbage from our sports viewing this week. What's going on, fellas?
I don't know what you're talking about. The countdown was on for me.
For me, it went 5 and then started again. Just bang, like it did that one episode.
Sorry for the listeners at home who tuned in to Isaac complaining. Not much. What's going on with you?
Thanks for asking. Bit going on. Obviously missed a couple of episodes, moving house, etc. Jump over to the YouTube and you see the amount of shit that's still behind me. It needs to be unpacked. Not very pretty, so probably don't do it. Obviously, we haven't asked Matt how he's going on. Are we back?
Look, your video on my end seemed like it went through the wash.
Like, I thought I lost you for a bit, and then I was like, what have we got going on here?
Yeah. Well, let's keep going. Yeah, but we can't ask Matt what's going on with him because he's doing a comedy or whatever.
Bigger and better things, such as
allegedly
comedy gigs where he doesn't get paid.
Instead of the successful podcast that doesn't pay him.
Instead of the thing he could be working on that may have success.
Are you suggesting that his stand-up career will not?
Well,
that's what it sounded like.
What do you think is more likely to happen? He get paid from this first or from stand-up first?
I would have thought this. But also, man is unable to make social media content even when this platform generates it itself. So,
also true. I mean, he's probably engaged with more audiences through his comedy, like a larger audience, to be fair. Not by them actively seeking him out, though.
Yeah. Maybe not his target demographic. Yeah. I think Matt would do much better at some sort of American comedy event. After watching first 20-30 minutes of the roast of Tom Brady, they're all making the jokes Matt makes.
I see.
Just crass.
Yeah.
No class, no smarts about it. It's just like
just ham-handed.
One of the dudes, you know, that bald comedian that's at every roast?
Joe Rogan.
One guy? No, not Joe Rogan. He's like the more Jewish version of Joe Rogan.
Oh, right.
You know him if you see him, but you wouldn't know his name.
Yeah.
He's like, he sounds like Seth Rogen too, by the way. He wraps up opening Kevin Hart's running it, but then they call him this other dude the roast master, and he's like, and I'll fucking fuck your sister, Tom Brady. And it's like, what, dude? Like, is that funny?
Hey, you've explained it's quite funny.
Oh, my version was funnier.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it probably was.
And Tom Brady's ex-wife is called Giselle, right? And someone said, Tom, you put the jizz in Giselle. It's like, what Jesus the fuck?
Christ. Oh, yeah. Look, perhaps Matt, observations of American sport and culture have rubbed off on his comedy, and you're probably right. Maybe he needs to go on the road.
He needs to watch like 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because or just anything with Sean Locke.
Sean Locke, just
yeah.
play Sean Locke's hits, just all of them. Just go on
I've
YouTube
successfully
and then
curated
cry
my
afterwards.
Facebook watch to be like that, actually.
Yeah.
Anytime I watch an video, the next thing that comes up is highlights of Sean Locke.
For me, it's Sean Locke or 8 out of 10 Cats or Taskmaster.
Dude, we're on the same algorithm.
It's just one of those.
Taskmaster is too good.
Yeah. Taskmaster is very good at times. All right, I feel like we've gone in hard enough, perhaps, for potentially over a minute, which is longer than what Matt usually provides us. So maybe we should move on. I did actually enjoy the speedrun episode. Just how you were like, no time, moving on to him. And potentially it was the episode where he's talked the most out of all of them.
Yeah, 100%, dude. The funny thing is, he told me afterwards, he's like, dude, I was getting kind of mad at you at the start when you were telling me to move on because I thought we had so much time. And then we had and he's like, yeah, I realized when we had 2 minutes left to do everything at the end that we needed more time.
It was pretty funny. He's just there waffling on, basically.
I'm sitting there. I don't want to be rude. If he's got good things to say, I don't want to stop him.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely. He does take a minute sometimes to get his thoughts out.
He's not a Tesla.
No,
it's more like a Mack truck.
Yeah, it's not instant power.
Yeah, he's got the top speed, but not the acceleration.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop ragging.
But actually,
speaking of the roast of Tom Brady, it feels like what they all do to Gronkowski at the start. Like I think literally every single comedian in the first 30 minutes was just literally calling Gronkowski stupid.
Yeah, I saw bits of it. But definitely probably not gonna spend the time to watch it all. Probably not worth it.
I just needed something on in the background at the time because I was making Warhammer.
Oh yeah,
and I had to stop once I realized the thing also went for 3 hours, dude.
3 hours.
Yeah.
What do they just get every comedian on there? Like all of them?
Who knows?
Did they at least have like an intermission for the live audience?
I don't know. I didn't get far enough in.
Yeah.
They did edit out the people that booed Kim Kardashian, though.
I did see that in the news cycle. That's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Do you know what she was booed about? I just saw the headlines.
It's just existing.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. I stopped as soon as she was invited up to stage. I was like, nah, that ain't it for me. That's the final straw.
Yeah, fair enough. Hopefully they didn't open with her.
No.
Just get it out of the way. But yeah, would not recommend moving house. Can confirm.
Just at all?
Yeah, not the most enjoyable time. I took 3 weeks off work to do it. Crunched the numbers, and I did 300,000 steps in those 21 days.
No wonder you're looking so good.
For those for those who can't work it out, it's roughly 15,000 steps a day, which was a bit of a jump from my. I think I was doing like 5,000 a day, working from home, 4,000 or 5,000 a day. And yeah, it turns out doing 15,000 steps a day, lifting heavy things, and not eating regularly turns into about 5 kilos of weight loss. So pretty good. I'll take it.
Nice.
Who would have thought? Calorie deficit plus exercise. Managed to get tendonitis in my left hip in the process from just stepping up and down into the truck, basically.
Wow.
And there's steps here as well, 2-story house.
Yeah, nice flex, dude.
And I'm also officially getting old, as another wisdom tooth is coming through on the back right lower. And it's been killing me.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew what it was like as soon as the pain sort of started, because I have one on the left side up the top that's come through, and it's like poking out sideways, but it doesn't cause me any pain, so whatever. I'm not going to the dentist. You can screw off.
I was going to say we should just go to the dentist together.
But
Make it more fun.
this one's killing me. So yeah, hopefully it finishes getting through soon and can just take its spot. There's enough room back there for it. Hopefully it can just exist and not be an issue.
I cross fingers, but
yeah.
A third of this podcast have bad mouth, so
true.
It could end up being 2/3.
Yeah,
quite easily.
Very true. Very true. Storming the dentist office, workshop it.
We don't have to. That's okay.
Go to a video.
Yeah, let's cut to replay.
I was thinking about it because, you have private health, but obviously only sort of routine dental's covered in a sense. But surely dentists pull out enough teeth that it's routine, right? It's not like you get a specialist dentist in every time to do it.
They do two things. They clean them and they rip them out.
Exactly. Surely that's covered as routine. Shouldn't be thousands of dollars, but here we are.
Did you get a quote? Can you get a quote? Is that a thing?
No, I didn't. Sam had a tooth out recently, actually. Yeah.
Was that thousands of dollars?
It was.
Fuck.
It was all like cracked and infected.
That might have been that because it was emergency then.
Possibly. I mean, she just went to they covered the X-rays at least, which was like $800. But we don't really need teeth to survive anyway, so it doesn't need to be covered by Medicare, and probably shouldn't be ever. Right? You don't need
problematic.
Teeth.
No, stop it.
Sort of in the way.
My two favourite things at the moment are Rockaby Farms banana protein milk and Ned's milk. So
you don't need teeth?
I don't need teeth, no.
Just have them ripped out.
Yeah. You can get all the nutrients you need from those two beverages.
Yeah.
Oh, and then yogurt. Yogurt and berries. You don't really need teeth for berries, do you?
No,
you can mash some raspberries between you.
Just turn them into a jam in your mouth. Oh, God. Terrible.
Delicious.
Terrible.
You got any butchers?
Butchers. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, I guess banked up. I sort of, spoiler alerted them, my hip, which is cooked, and my tooth. Just me in general, my body. Actually, no. Butcher of the Week, I got a good nomination here for Sixt, the rental company that I got my truck through. Proudly sponsoring the Gold Coast Suns. So, call morning of picking up the truck. Right, I'm on my way to People's First Stadium to pick up the truck to move. It's like 7:20, I guess. Get a call and they're like, the person who had the truck yesterday didn't return it, so you can't pick it up. I was like, okay, sick. What can I do then? They're like, well, you can go to Coolangatta Airport and get one from there instead. I was like, well, are you going to knock off any price given it's, 3 times the distance and I use half of a daily allowance of kilometres just driving back to where I need to get it to fill it up? And they were like, I'll check and call you back. Meanwhile, they probably could have just sent someone from the airport to drive the truck to the stadium and we would have got there at the same time. And they could have, saved them got themselves some more money. But they called me back and at least agreed to waive any extra kilometre fees, which was, 100 Ks a day. So I had 500 Ks for it. I ended up doing 1,700 Ks. So it sucks to suck. You missed out on 33 cents a kilometre over 500.
Huh?
And...
Wait, sorry, hold on. How many was excess? Just 500?
I did 1,200 excess Ks over the allowance. Yeah.
They missed out on like $400.
Yeah. Plus, I didn't have to refill it before I returned it, so I returned it empty. So they missed out on like $500. So they screwed up, and it cost me a bit more time, but it cost them a lot of money.
Well,
So,
time is money.
Exactly.
And so if you work the other way around,
Yep.
I think you've won that. Yep.
So, yeah. Butcher of the Week from 3.5 weeks ago. Sixth truck rental. Yeah.
But also, at least there's no, cliffhanger for if that's actually they'll do all that for free.
Yes.
Because I've been sitting, edge of my stool for, since you started moving, and you told me that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just thinking, oh, is he going to get all that for free, or are they just going to be like, oh, that's too much?
No, I made sure before I left the airport counter, because I looked like a absolute weirdo, just like storming into the airport by myself.
Storming the airport, huh?
I was storming the airport, no luggage, looking like someone dressed to move house, not to fly on a plane or pick someone up.
I don't know. Some people dress unusually for the plane.
This is true. Just standing there by the counter at whatever time it was, 8 a.m. or something by the time I got there. Just waiting, and made sure I got like email confirmation in writing that I wouldn't be charged the extra fees and the other bit and the kilometres would be waived before I left, before I went and got the truck. And then, the lady, when I dropped it off, she was like, "Oh, did you fill it up?" I was like, "No, I had to pick it up from the airport." So they said I didn't have to fill it up on return. She was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Yeah, sweet."
Catch you later.
Yeah, pretty good.
You probably look like a dude storming into the airport to pick up his mail order bride.
True. Yeah. Straight off Jetstar flight from Thailand.
Yeah.
Straight over to the oversized luggage section.
Oh. I have a butcher.
Go on.
It's who's that one guy on Footy on 9? That when they do that panel.
James
Who's
Brayshaw.
the older guy on there?
Oh, the older guy.
Yeah.
Sam Newman. Is he still on? Is he allowed on TV anymore?
This guy.
Oh, TJ.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, spoilers for the recap. Hawks won on the weekend.
Yep.
Love to see it. And a certain member of parliament, the prime member of parliament,
Albo
joined in the the song in the locker room afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Big Hawks fan, Albo from Sydney. Big Hawks fan.
Well, say that what you will, but TJ is going in so hard on him. He was likening it to, he related it to all the other politicians who join in on sport.
Yeah, like Albanese and the Rabbitohs.
No, shut up. For example, John Howard and that
and
terrible
Wallabies.
Bowling spell he had.
You're right.
Scott Morrison and tackling a child. And George W. Bush Jr. and saying we've got to kill those terrorists and watch this drive.
Yeah.
But I'd like to give Albo some credit here because, look, I don't care if he's from Sydney and is a Hawks fan, but I watched the clip very closely and he was singing the song words pretty well. Yeah,
he was all right.
He seemed to know the words.
Okay.
So I'm going to give him full credit here. I'm saying TJ is Butcher of the Week for just being a prick.
Yeah. Fair enough. No, I can get around it. It doesn't rag on, Chris Hemsworth for backing the doggies so hard or, every celebrity at the Sydney Swans games.
It's okay when it's Sydney Sweeney because her name's
exactly
Sydney.
Yeah. Didn't see TJ getting up Luke Combs for backing the Pies. when he was in town.
Oh, who's the guy the Jack Harlow. No one in the actual media ragged on Jack Harlow for wearing a different piece of merch every city he went to.
Exactly.
That should have been story of the year.
Yeah. That was terrible.
That's shocking.
Although he did sort of redeem himself by saying the goal umpires were tripped out.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. So probably, I feel like he built up some brownie points beforehand with that, and then
that's fair.
Yeah.
Well,
but he was certainly team hopping.
If that's the case, then he would probably enjoy Storm of the Beach Footy Wins merchandise.
I think so.
Jack, if you're listening, you can get it from stbpod.com.au.
Oh, please.
Isaac to model here. Oh, look, someone's been to TK Maxx there. Wowee. See, what he's done here is he's got me feeling dead air, and he's got no idea what I'm saying. And there he goes. There's the hat.
Get my ears back on. Sorry. Here is Footy Wins, the very first, the pilot edition cap, which is a collectible featuring slightly off-center umpire. One of one.
Well, to be fair, the kick in question here wasn't wasn't perfectly straight up and down.
Exactly.
It was a bit around the corner.
Work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. As I slid off stage right, I don't know, stage right.
Well, yeah, because you're on the stages, whichever way. Yeah.
As I slid off stage right to get that, almost knocked over my set of golf clubs in the process because I just kept going. I replaced my caster wheels with ones that are like on scooters, and I can just go on my chair now. You just roll forever.
Can you take your headphones off and slide backwards real quick for the viewers? Jesus Christ, he's gone everywhere. I mean, even the listeners heard how big that crash was. Oh, okay, he can't hear me. He can't hear my funnies, of course. I was just saying, even the listeners can hear how big that crash was.
Yeah, I hit so many things. Yeah, this would I don't think this would qualify for the stock wheelchair racing with the modifications of stock office chair racing with the modifications I've made. Definitely upgraded the tires here.
Is it an Officeworks Bathurst racer as well, or is it?
Yeah, one of those type.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think I had a Bathurst racer before this one. This is their Typhoon range, I believe.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
it's named after a fighter jet.
Yeah. So yeah, I just yeet around. Sometimes I stand up and I come back and my chair's across the room because it just goes. Just finds a slight downhill in the concrete floor and just rolls that way.
She's like,
yeah.
Send it.
Yeah, exactly. There's a supporting beam in the middle of this room. I could potentially set up like a sort of NASCAR style track around that with chairs.
How many of these souped up chairs do you have?
Well, I have one souped up and one that needs to be souped up.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So we can
1v1s.
1v1.
Soup it up.
Yeah. Tokyo Drift style with the office chairs.
This synchronized drift.
Yeah, exactly. I implore everyone to jump over to the YouTube for that segment.
Yeah, we'll tag it. We'll tag it in the video too. We'll put a chapter marker for Isaac binning his chair into a bunch of shit.
All right, any movements on the list?
Not from me.
No, me neither. Everything's gone as expected, I suppose.
And in America, there's still sport happening, so
yeah,
there's no need for them to make shit up right now.
No.
Yeah,
this is true. All right, should we get into AFL time on? Beautiful.
Yeah, I think so.
Let me get up the what was the first game?
It was we had Carlton versus Melbourne.
Are we going to say the scores and then do our things?
Yeah, so that was 77-76. Carlton by 1 point.
Well, all right. Do you want me to go first? Or do you want to go first? You want to kick us off?
Yeah, all right. I'll do it. All right.
Opening bounce.
Christian Petracca did everything but win the game.
True. Very accurate headline. That one's straight off the back page.
Yeah.
He actually did just about everything.
Man kicked 5 goals.
5 goals, 7 tackles.
It was like 20-something disposals.
4 clearances, 21 disposals. 6 inside 50s.
Most of his disposals kicks too. So, he's actually making things happen and not just racking up
many
numbers.
meters gained. All right, I've got Demons struggle to get things going, but even worse was their fast finish that left their fans unsatisfied.
Why are they Demons?
Well, because they struggled to get it up in the first and had 0-0 in the first quarter. ED.
I forgot that this was the game that was naught fucking donuts in the that's outrageous.
A couple of donuts in the first quarter and the Demons.
Oh, funnily enough, the first quarter scorecard is the same as the Christian Petracca versus Demons first quarter scorecard. Not really. Ha ha ha.
This recap brought to you by Mosh Men's Health.
Or anyone, really.
Yeah. This Demons recap brought to you by any men's health company that's willing to throw money our way. I know I could do with some help in regards to the Demons and or their fast finish.
That wasn't even scripted.
You wouldn't believe that wasn't a straight ad copy from a company. All right. Geelong, 95. Port Adelaide, 101. Power outage at the Cattery causes butters and wines to go off.
That's nice. I went a similar vein. I've got Power's early surge enough to stun the Cats. Perhaps GMHBA needs the contractors back to check out the wiring.
Oh, nice one. Very good. Very good.
I wonder how many years I'll be talking about their renovations.
Oh, so many.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw a headline that said the stadium was getting like more funding to go towards something as well. So why not?
I mean, they could have it.
Just
That's
keep
fine.
building it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
if you build it, maybe people will go to Geelong.
Yeah. Took me a while to remember because I wasn't really watching I flicked it on and then I went, did something, came back. So I wasn't really watching. And I was like, oh, wait, this is being played in Geelong. No wonder they're booing so much.
Yeah, because they just don't like footy in Geelong.
Yeah. But yeah, Butters had 34 and a goal and Wines had 33 and a goal. Pretty good.
Wow,
pretty good.
It's pretty not bad.
And the Cats have their second loss for the year?
Yeah, they're falling. They're falling hard.
Yep. And
they suck.
Old Jeremy Cameron out this week with concussion too.
When did he get concussed?
During the game, but the concussion symptoms didn't happen until the day after, so he passed the test on the field.
He played the whole game?
Late in the fourth quarter, it happened.
No, okay.
And then he stayed out there, did the test on ground, passed, and then had symptoms the following day.
You know he's got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I did know that. I haven't really checked it out.
Yeah, I watched a video the other day of him just like fucking around on his farm.
Yeah.
I was like, he's less of a flog than I thought.
Very pale for a farm person, not going to lie.
It must be like a recent import.
Yeah, I'd hate to see like what he looks like under his Guernsey. Like he must be as white as the hockey jersey I'm wearing right now. Under that, because if he's got a farmer's tan, because all he does is, I assume, wear Guernsey and then wear wife beater on farm.
It lines up.
Like, all that time for sun's out, guns out, and his guns are still that pale. He must be like translucent.
He's a big advocate for sunscreen, though.
Could be a big sunscreen guy.
He's just waiting for a very lucrative banana boat sponsorship.
Yeah, maybe he's got like a dip pool like they use for horses or cattle back in the day, just full of sunscreen on his farm, and he just dives through it first thing in the morning on the way outside.
It's efficient.
Yeah. Yuck, imagine trying to swim through sunscreen. Be so thick.
All right, let's quickly move along before we get that image stuck in our heads.
Yep.
Freo versus Sydney. Freo 39, Sydney 87.
Now, I feel like the 39-87 doesn't tell the full story, so I'll give the Freo 4-15-39 to Sydney 13-9-87.
Yeah. I was very tempted to do a kick your goals as the headline for this one, but I thought it was too lazy, and then I didn't really come up with much better. I've got Freo, frightful of the goals, walloped at home by Swans.
Fair enough. I had Sydney makes himself comfortable by the Swan River as navigational beacon issues have the dockyards in shambles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. They were missing everything, the Dockers. 1-5 in the first quarter, 1-8 at halftime.
That's 1-8 to 9 goals.
Yeah,
at that point
1-8 to 9 straight in the first half. There's no coming back from that. Not even helped slightly by 3-7 in the second half.
Yeah, I think Sydney put on the Auskick kids in the fourth quarter because they just kicked 7 behinds and 2 goals.
Yeah, must have done.
Yeah,
just coasting at that point.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Right, moving to Tassie.
Not anytime soon, I don't think. Thanks for asking, though.
Lovely place. I wouldn't live there personally. A bit cold.
I would go back on holiday in a heartbeat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good holiday destination. Couldn't live there. All right, footy down there. Hawks 58, St Kilda 53. I had Hot Hawks take Tasmanian tussle.
I'd like to call plagiarism on that.
Okay.
Hold on. Nah, it's close. The official recap is Hawks evade scrappy Saints in Tassie tussle.
Oh,
yeah,
I see.
Tassie tussle. I can't say it, dude. Say that 17 times quickly.
Tassie tussle.
Yeah. Is it Z's or is it S's, dude? I don't know.
Tassie tussle. Say it like an American.
Tassie tussle. I don't like that at all. I've got Hawks hang on at home. They're home away from home to sink the sinning Saints to 14th.
Nice one. Very good. Good to see the AFL's picking up on me just throwing random words after location of game.
They're listening.
Yeah. How are you feeling as a Hawks fan, by the way? 3 wins out of the last 4 games.
Fucking too good,
Hawks
dude.
are back, or?
Can't wait for finals, bro.
Not impossible.
Nah, look.
2.5 games out of the 8.
Finals obviously aren't happening. But look, as long as I see more positivity this season, I'm happy.
Fair enough.
Well on the way to the benchmark 8 wins I set earlier.
True.
In the year.
Yep, true. Good point. All right. Essendon 82, GWS Giants 62.
I've got, okay. I think it's finally time to admit the Bombers might actually be good.
Interesting. I'm a very, very similar. We said they'd never get there. The Screaming Jets just don't care, and it's not fair that we think they might be better.
Oh, nice. It is annoying. I don't like seeing Essendon
that
in
high
the top 8,
yeah,
let alone 3rd.
They'll come crashing down at some point. This was the biggest win of the season for them so far.
Big percentage boost of this one.
As well as it's really their only win over a half-decent team, except for maybe the Bulldogs. I suppose they beat the Crows by a little bit too, but they're 11 and 12. I think it's their only win over a top 8 side so far this year.
It's their only win over a good team.
Yes,
because I would class the Bulldogs and the Crows as
okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
I would like to point out that immediately after I found out they won, I did message saying, they might actually be good or whatever.
Mm.
And then, a day later, Kane Corns comes out and says, "Hey guys, I think this is the win that Essendon needed for us to, or everyone to believe that they're actually good."
Mm.
So, I don't like Kane Corns too much, but he seems to have a job in AFL journalism, and I had the same opinion. So,
broken clock's right twice a day.
Oh,
I'm saying he's a broken clock.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sweet. Thanks. Okay,
That
wasn't clear.
The Bombers have, a couple of easy matchups. North and Richmond. So a couple more wins. So they'll be, we'll have some convertible Bombers flying around because they'll lose their lids as well. And then they'll come back crashing to reality up at the Solarium.
Well, yeah, because the only
June
reason
2nd.
Bombers lose their lids is after they've ejected.
Exactly, yeah.
So
they'll come back down to earth on the 2nd of June at the Solarium, at the bank, when the Suns rain them in.
Let me just check my schedule.
It's a Sunday, 4 p.m. Is there like a public holiday on that Monday following or something? What's going on?
Yeah, Western Australia Day.
Oh, sick. That's useful.
Look, I don't have anything on currently. I also don't want to see the Bombers win in person, though.
They won't.
Is it worth the risk? Okay. All right. Okay.
Guaranteeing you right now they won't win.
Oh, write that down. Why you got to be like that? Before you jinx it even more, let's go on to Tigers versus Dogs. That's 42 to Richmond, 133 to the Western. And I've got...
Did we skip over Suns go?
No, that's after.
Oh.
I'm going off the AFL webpage order. Sorry.
All right. In the app, it's the other way around. But they did start at the same time, so fair enough.
Wait, so the same people have it backwards?
I guess so.
Wow. Idiots.
Maybe because I have the Suns as my team, perhaps they promote them in the order. I don't know.
Well, what if we said you say the Suns won at the same time as I say the Tigers won?
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
New menu item at
Tigers
Stadium. Shout out to the AFL for really shit scheduling because that's what it seems like. That's what 2 games of footy starting at the same time, having the same quarter and halftime breaks is like. Just
what do you want me to do? Sit there and watch ads? Fuck off.
All right, let's do the doggies.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I've got D's. Dogs.
Doggies.
I can't read. Dogs demolish Tigers. Richmond putting on one of the worst and least organised performances of the year. Something co-host Matt would know firsthand. That's my one scripted jab in his ribs.
Yeah, nice one. Nice one. I've got doggies get naughty and show their style while causing harm to Tigers.
Doggies get Norton.
Yeah. 4 goals. James Harms, 4 goals as well.
Huh. And who's there for one of them's there for how many years, sorry?
17 more. Don't worry. Sam Darcy also kicked 4 goals. Also not on an 8-year deal. Riddle me
He's
that.
pretty fresh though, isn't he? He couldn't have that 8-year deal yet.
This is true.
He was only just drafted 15 minutes ago.
What did... Harms had 27 and 4 goals. Treloar had 40, a sneaky 41 disposals.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people going nuts for that. His goal was wild. His goal didn't make any sense to me. A lot of pressure in the pocket.
Oh, yeah. I
off
did
his
see
right
that.
foot.
Yeah, I did see that
like
one.
the wrong way. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, good for you. You got 41 disposals against a team who got 40 disposals between them. So
he was one disposal off matching the points that the other team scored.
I only just realised that. Yeah, that's wild.
That is truly awful.
But yeah, what is truly awful is how much worse this could have been. Full score 19-19 for the Dogs.
Yeah, they only won by 91. It could have been a real shellacking.
Could have been that would have been a big percentage booster if they won by triple digits.
Yeah.
That'd been fucking insane.
Yeah.
Seemingly their entire roster kicked a behind. Not really, actually. It dies off really quick. There must have been about 1 billion rushed behinds. Ooh, never mind. Late Butcher of the Week nomination.
Mm-hmm.
Harvey Gallagher for kicking 0 goals, 3 behinds.
Tough look.
Everyone else is getting in on the action, just like kick a fucking goal, dude.
Someone's got to kick the behinds. Can't all kick goals. He was taking
no one kicks a behind, and they'll get rid of them.
Yeah. He was taking one for the team, so Norton could actually kick some goals. Together, they were combined 4-4.
Nice.
All right. In Darwin, Suns 120, North 52. I had new menu item at TIO Stadium, slow roasted kangaroo served with lentil soup.
That's pretty good. I've never had kangaroo and lentil before, but
no, man,
I'm picturing it pretty well, to be honest.
It could go. I feel like it could
have
go.
like a kangaroo dal.
Yeah,
dude.
kangaroo dal might slap. It's probably against the principle of dal, which is mainly, a vegetarian curry, but
yeah,
but it could go.
But it's fusion.
Yeah,
at that point, so it doesn't matter about tradition at all.
Mm-hmm.
Although, actually, speaking of tradition, and it wasn't even Indian food; it was Chinese food.
I thought you were going to say
every time I order on
Suns
menu log,
winning in Darwin.
Don't skip ahead. But no, I ordered menu log last night, and dude, it said it was delivered, and it wasn't delivered.
Sick.
What do I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I, log in the app, hop on the chat, and I'm like, hey, where the fuck's my food?
Yeah.
And then after the chat bot has pulled out all of my fingernails, one by one, agonizingly, I hear at the door, delivery. And I'm like, what? The app said it was delivered 20 minutes ago, mate. What the fuck are you doing here? But yeah, no, I waited until he was well gone, and then meandered down to my door and got my food. It was hot.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what happened.
Maybe it was just, out of sync or something. I have had issues with menu log before. I think I ordered a pizza from a place, and it just it said it was done and ready in store, but they hadn't got a driver assigned to it to pick it up, to deliver it. And it sat there without a driver for 15, 20 minutes. And the place I ordered from was 15 minutes away. So I just ended up, I called the restaurant and said, the pizza place, and said, hey, is my pizza's there? I ordered through the thing. They're like, yeah, we're just waiting for a driver. I was like, okay. I ended up just driving there and picking it up and then calling menu log and saying, hey, this is ridiculous. You're too slow. And they just refunded me all the money.
That's nice.
Unfortunately, it was a place I hadn't tried before, and it was pretty subpar pizza. So, yeah, wasn't exactly satisfied after ordering delivery, having to pick it up myself, and it was, half an hour old, sitting on top of the oven in there, and it wasn't very good.
If it's any consolation, I have uninstalled menu log now.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Good choice. I think where I currently live, there is one single place on menu log.
Good luck getting a driver.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, they're the first place in town on menu log. I don't know how they're going to get a driver. They're a milk bar, so they sell, ice cream, milkshakes, lollies.
But it's a proper milk bar.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm coming down for sure.
Like a real deal proper milk bar, big lolly section and everything. And they recently got a donut/churro machine, so they have fresh cinnamon donuts that they make, 6 for $5.
What are you doing in 30 minutes?
They're pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I might have to pop down just for that. Oh, and that other bakery that you said had good pies.
Yes, yeah. I did stop in. That was one of my limited meals that I had while moving.
4 pies.
Yeah. Dad and I were going
In
to
one
try and
go.
do 2 trips down in one day. And when we had to, because it started raining one afternoon when we brought the truck back down here, it was just full of stuff. So we just left it that night. And because we had to unload it in the morning, there wasn't enough time to like go up and do 2 trips. So like I was like, given we're not in a rush, let's just stop in here and grab some pies on the way up to the Gold Coast. Pretty good.
Good move.
Yeah, I had a stout pie from it was made with 7 Mile Brewing at Ballina. Stout. Pretty friggin' good.
Was that the bakery in was it Wardell or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Very good. Very good. Anyway,
pop in.
Your headline.
Oh. Suns winning in Darwin? Likely. Suns winning against North? Likely. Suns winning against North and Darwin? Guaranteed.
Pretty good. Could have been a bigger win. A bit like the Doggies. Bit inaccurate. 17-18. 120. Probably should have put some more through the big sticks, but better second half. First half 5-12, second half 12-6. So got around to it. There was possibly one of the grossest clips I've ever seen a football team post was from halftime. All the Suns players tarps off in the dressing room. Like you could see them on the broadcast, sitting in there. Forward, midfielder, back group circles, tarps off. The Suns posted a clip of the floor of the change room, right? And there was just this trail, this trickle of water, and they followed it to where it was coming from. And it was just all the jumpers at halftime hanging on a rack, just dripping. I was like, ugh, that probably stinks so bad. There was this huge drip puddle, and then it was all funneling down into a drain. And then they had to... surely they just swapped jumpers at halftime and put fresh ones on, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
You'd hope so.
That's nasty.
You'd hope so. But yeah.
I'm just looking at who kicked the behinds. I mean, Jed Walters kicked 4 behinds.
Yeah. He was crashing packs. He was all over the place. Oh, I did have a note here as well that was... potentially going to go into a full recap that I didn't get to, but Suns player Alex Davies.
Now the audience know they're missing out, dude.
I know, but it is what it is. If someone signs up to the Patreon, I'll do a full recap of this game. Alex Davies turned into the overcooked octopus. He was whole body cramps and subbed off after getting 10 tackles.
That'll do it.
Matty Rowell not slouching after being tagged. He still had 19 and 12 tackles.
Who do you get tagged by?
They were just doing like a team effort of just sticking someone with him the whole time. Just making sure they were bumping him and on him like glue, basically. It looked hot. And the players looked so slow by the end of it. Everyone was trudging through.
I think your in-game nutrition plan's got to be different when you're up there.
Has to be.
I mean, even on the Gold Coast compared to Melbourne, like I feel like they should have had the salt tablets or something, and then old mate wouldn't have been the full body octopus.
He was like. Everything was stiff, and he was just waddling over to the bench, and his legs out straight, sat on the back row of the bench as he was subbed off. He was like chatting to the physio or the team doctor sat next to him or something, just like pointing at his quads, and you could see that they were just like fully tensed.
Like Terry Crews playing the drum kit with his tensing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was just like that. But Alex Davies in and out of the first side, so. Back in for the big legs and then off full body cramps, just sweating it out.
Tough.
The Suns equipment managers did do a bit of a real video of them, loading up all the gear into a 6 truck. I did notice a severe lack of giant jars of pickles, so that's probably why everyone was cramping up.
I can't believe they fucking drove
I know,
shit
right?
up, dude. Just like throw her on a plane.
Yeah. I'm
sure they
just
probably
drove
put
to
her
the
on that
airport.
truck to the airport.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
It was pretty organised to start with all the crates of stuff. And then by the end, they were just like throwing stuff in. I was like, I guess this is going in a plane? Are the guys in the bottom of the plane just lobbing stuff in, or are they going to put in like a big container or what? I don't know.
I mean, you know what it's like packing a moving truck. You start organised.
True. And just whatever fits, just lob it on the top.
Yeah, just fill the holes.
Yep, pretty much.
All right. Let's move on to Sunday games, shall we?
Yep.
We've got Collingwood 103, West Coast 37. And this game could be summarised as, the Eagles lost again, but Harley Reid took another screamer, so it evens out.
True. Very fair.
Which is what it seems like the media is doing.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Which is wild, because they suck so much. But the clips they post are like, look at this hanger, bro.
Exactly. It's like they're getting smoked on the field and just finding some moral victories to pull out every week. And it's usually just Harley Reid every week, whether it be, double don't argue or a screamer over a pack. Something like that. I had hot pies and cold wedges served up at Marvel.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Again, could have been much worse. 15-13 for the pies.
Oh, we forgot to introduce this week as it's Kick Your Goals week, wasn't it?
Clearly Kick Your Goals week.
Yeah. Oh, well, speaking of, Crows versus Lions, 13, 12, 90 each.
Wow, what a thriller. I had Crows go from starring in the showdown to supporting acts in the stalemate.
Nice. I've got, please, big AFL, don't bring in extra time.
Yeah, we don't need it. Not for home and away season, we don't need it. The rules are there for finals if needed. It'll happen eventually, I'm sure. There's been plenty of close finals. But we don't need it now. I did see someone wrote Draw FC is on 8 points. So they're above the ladder, above North and Richmond on the ladder and tied with West Coast.
Oh, well, they wouldn't be tied, though.
No.
Because they're... Well, actually, they'd be above West Coast.
Be above West Coast.
Because
better percentage.
Oh, got him.
How good. That was a...
So puts them, 16th?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. That was actually a really good game of footy. Just quietly.
Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of annoyed me.
It was annoying not having, an actual outcome, but 2 point difference at halftime, 1 point difference at 3/4 time. We probably should have seen the signs and bet on a draw, really, with the way it was going.
In a surprise to no one, Eric Hipwood kicked more behinds than he did goals.
Shocker.
He's taking the best of Ben Mackay from last season and is running it back.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I've just noticed something and we missed a different opportunity. So we really should have seen the signs here. Definitely, and start of the fourth should have bet on the draw. It was 3 points of difference at quarter time, 2 at halftime, 1 at 3/4 time.
It's basic math.
It's right there. And then we see, Brisbane get out to a lead. Crows come all the way back, take the lead. Brisbane equalise. Again, it was very good, but would have liked the result.
Anyone that had Calamar Chi as a returning snag bagger would have been all over it.
Would have been a great pick.
4 for him for the game. That's pretty not bad.
That's very good for him, actually. Very, very good. Fogarty, 4. Rankin, 3. Pretty good. Rankin, 3 and 24 disposals. Must have been spending a bit of time in the midfield. Bloody hell. Probably
just being too unselfish in front of goal.
Yeah.
Quick gamble here, boys.
Probably game of the year for sides that are, 12 and 13 on the ladder.
Dude, given that their scores were 13-12.
Wowee.
It just fucking writes itself.
What do the numbers mean, Mason? They're everywhere. Goodness me.
Were they 12 and 13 before the round started?
Let me have a quick look.
Saints would have been on the same points as them.
Right. Oh, no, that's round 9. Let me go to round 8. They were 12 and 13.
That's wild. They were 12 and 13, both 12 points on the ladder. Scoreline 13-12.
Far
each.
out.
I mean,
should have seen the signs.
The simulation's showing its cracks.
Yeah, absolutely. Just couldn't compute anything else you said. All right.
Neither can we, seemingly.
I guess so. All right, quick shoe-in recap. I had the Pies, who won by 66. Nice and easy. Keelan had the Swans, who won by 48. And Matt had Geelong, who lost by 6. Let me just pull up the leaderboard real quick. I believe it's Keelan, and then Matt, and then myself still. Let me confirm. Yep, Keelan, 8 wins. Matt's on 7 wins. I'm on 6 wins. Just waiting for Matt to drop another game so I can jump him with margin. So we'll see. God, blindly back in the Suns certainly didn't help me early on, did they?
No. I have just asked Matt to fly in with his shoe-in. In the meantime, we could probably tip.
Yeah.
And we can circle back to the shoes.
Yep, sounds good. All right, staying in Darwin.
Ooh.
Suns versus Cats. So that'll be a bit of a challenge for the Darwin streak, which is...
You've been preparing that one?
I want to say 5 now, maybe? Could be 6. I don't know. The summary of the last game isn't helping. Their win of 69 is the highest the Suns have had.
Nice.
CIO. Very nice. I'm going to go to the Suns. Jeremy Cameron already confirmed out for the Cats. Darwin's different gravy. The boys have been up there they go up there early the week before the first game to get acclimatised, etc. And we saw what it was like conditions-wise for them.
Yep.
Short turnaround, which is unfortunate. Playing on Sunday and then back to Thursday. So that'll be, late on Saturday night, and then back to Thursday. So it'll be sucking the juice a bit. But I think lacking Jeremy Cameron's a big out for Geelong. So I'm going to go for the Suns in Darwin.
I'm doing that for the sweat reasons.
Yeah. Climate reasons alone.
Yeah. Climate wins. On Friday, we've got the Swans hosting Carlton. I've got the Swans.
Swans as well. I believe this round might be Sir Doug Nichols' round as well.
Yes. I've got something on that, actually.
Excellent. Okay. MCG. Magpies versus Crows.
Pies.
Blackbird off. It's going to be the Pies, I think.
Yeah. Easy one, that. GWS against the Bulldogs.
It's the Giants.
The Western Derby.
The Western Derby. These two teams
The Western and even more Western Derby.
The Western and Northwestern Derby. These two teams don't like each other. It's the Western team.
It's the Orange team.
The Greater Western team.
Yeah.
The Orange team, definitely. Gabatoire's back in operation, I think. Versus Lions versus Tigers. No Bears, they're not around anymore. Oh my, it's the Lions.
If Matt doesn't shoe in the Lions, then he's an idiot.
Well, I still have first pick, so that could be the choice.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, terribly sorry. Oh, well, then you should put yours, in the chat.
Yeah. I'll throw it in before he sees it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Okay. Marvel.
Pick 'em.
St Kilda. Fremantle. Pick 'em.
Home game for both these teams.
Double home game. At the Docklands. Man.
I don't like either of them.
Fremantle were bad last week, but they had obviously a very emotional week with losing a player, obviously. St Kilda are just terrible, and I don't like them. So on that basis, I'm taking Fremantle for the bounce back.
On you taking Fremantle, I'm taking St Kilda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Marvel again, run it back. Essendon versus North Melbourne. Legitimately a double home game.
Yeah. I think what was it on Bounce? Maybe is on Sundays after the footy, so it just came on automatically after the draw. And so one of the people on there was like, "Oh yeah, Gold Coast, had the bye this week after they beat North Melbourne." So Essendon will probably win the bye this week as well.
Yep. 99% of people have tipped Essendon, would you believe?
Yeah.
I don't know how you can pick North.
There can't be, you just gotta, you can't. That one person needs, they need professional help or something. Maybe they're not all there. That's okay. They're just picking on colours, perhaps.
They could. 1300 655 06.
That's
reading writing online. It's how you can avoid and making sure you don't accidentally tip North Melbourne Football Club.
Yeah, good point. Maybe someone lets their kid do their tips and they just tip on colours.
Oh, you'd have to be having a pretty bad year in the tips to be letting your kid tip for you in week 10.
Probably true, but I'd consider it given I'm in my, usual spot of 11th out of 13 or whatever we are in our comp. Still.
It was pretty good up here in 10th or whatever.
This is, I've become accustomed to this. This is my spot. This was my spot all of last season as well.
Joke's going to be on everyone else when the Suns finally make finals one year.
When they finally win 12 games in a row to start the season.
Oh, yeah, it'll happen eventually.
Yeah. Okay. Adelaide Oval, Port, Hawks.
Look, it's probably Port.
Yeah, 3 out of 4. Hawks are in okay form. I'm not sure they've played anyone too difficult in that time frame. St Kilda's not a terrible team, but they're
also not
certainly not good.
And it's not in Launceston.
It's not in Launceston, which is a huge factor. So, yeah, probably Port.
Might have been the least windy game I've seen in Lonnie, though, to be fair.
Had to be.
Which is wild because the score was so low, but still.
Everyone was adjusted for the wind. They didn't adjust for no wind.
There's no westerly today. Fuck.
That's the real reason why it needs to be a covered stadium in Hobart for the Tasmania Devils. Not because it's fucking freezing down there in the middle of winter or anything. It's that in Hobart by the water, you just have the Antarctic winds ripping off the Southern Ocean, straight southerlies for weeks at a time. 40, 60, 80, 100 k's an hour just whipping through.
Not good for the footy, but also not good if you're sitting in the stands.
No, God, no. They're going to need to put, sliding glass doors on the gates of the stadium or something to keep the cold air out, the warm air in.
But I think glass is a good idea. Might end up with lots of broken glass on the ground.
be covered in like condensation on the outside. It'll be all fogged up in there by the time the games are finished. All right, over to the west to finish the round again. Might as well bury this game late in the week when no one's going to see it. Afternoon game for the people in Perth so they can get home and, go to work the next day. West Coast versus Melbourne.
That's Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily the D's.
Block it in. Oh, there we go. It just said I've got all 9 right.
Hell yeah. How good.
That's good. Now, you just mentioned it is Sir Doug Nichols round.
Yep.
And that it is. Now, I was looking earlier in the week. I might actually have to, because my computer likes to have a little moment every now and then when I screen share. So I might actually have to send this to you.
Okay.
To screen share. There is a very convenient article on afl.com.au of every club's Sir Doug Nichols round jumper. Some clubs have 2.
Yep.
Which
the Suns have 2 this
which
year.
is cool.
Yep.
Hawks have 2, but they're just color inverted. Suns actually have 2 different designs, which I think is cool.
Yep.
I like the rainbow snake one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But yeah, importantly, there is a vote at the end of this, and what I think is easily the worst jumper of all, out of all of these, the West Coast one.
Mm.
When I voted the other day, the West Coast one had the highest percentage of votes.
Did West Coast phone it in again?
They did, in the way that
I thought
all these other clubs have like all of the design pretty much is traditional looking.
Yeah.
I mean, except for Saints, who just seems to have changed their colours. But to be fair, they just changed their colours to the Aboriginal flag, so that's
makes sense.
Fine, and it's a great looking shirt.
There's designs in there too. That's all right.
But West Coast have, clip art wedge tail eagle in the middle of their Guernsey, as well as 4 stars that allegedly symbolise their 4 premierships, but looks an awful lot like a Southern Cross.
It looks like a Southern Cross without the beauty spot, I guess, the beauty mark.
And then also clip art eagle tracks.
And what's immediately behind the eagle? The outline of the state of Western Australia.
Yep.
First thing that sprung to mind when I saw this, it looks like a banknote, like a $50 note, like the sort of design that would be on a dollar note.
It's a clusterfuck on purpose to make it difficult to forge.
Yeah. There's so much going on that it's like I wouldn't be surprised if they run out and they're shimmery and holographic. Like the outline of the state of Western Australia there is going to be shimmery.
Yeah. That I wouldn't be surprised. And look, obviously, the art style of, the rest of the competition, like they're not, like, dot painting and that isn't the most minimalist art style ever. Like the Hawks one,
No,
it's very full on, but it's all together.
It's all one style. That's the difference. It's not got these, random clip art, eagle plus, Southern Cross light plus banknote Western Australia. Like just leave all the other, take those 3 off, and it's probably completely fine, Guernsey. And we'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Like then it's all the same, indigenous style, and it's fine. Like the Giants one as well, a lot going on. Geelong one, a lot going on. Fremantle one, a lot going on. But it's all the same. It's all indigenous artwork.
Funnily enough, I really like the Crows one. I think the Crows one is probably the most similar to the West Coast one.
But done
but it's
really
what
well.
They've done is they've done it all in the same style.
Yes. Yeah. Very good. I can't wait till next week when I have to try and pronounce all these names from the clubs that have renamed themselves.
Dude, the
indigenous
West
name.
Coast one is not easy.
I saw that just before. I was like, "There's no way." Actually, I think I saw the St Kilda one just before, and I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, St Kilda one also looks tough.
Yeah,
You can tell which teams are late to picking up a indigenous regional name because it's the first we're hearing of them.
yes.
Like I've never read that before.
No, exactly.
And we've done 2 previous seasons on the pod that I would have read them.
Exactly. Very interesting.
But yeah. So importantly, if we go to the vote here,
Where's the vote thing?
down the very bottom underneath Western Bulldogs, please don't accidentally vote for West Coast. I'm going to just quickly put down the St Kilda one, red, yellow, and black, because I think it stands out nicely.
What page are you on?
Mine's on one page, one big scroll.
Like sideways?
On the article, no, one big scroll down.
Oh, right.
On the link I sent in the
hold on, let me go to the link.
chat.
I was on a different.
Oh, sorry.
I was on the went from the Explore Sir Doug Nichols thing to Club Guernseys from there. Let me go on that page. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, all good.
Yeah. So, oh no, it's still true.
What?
The West Coast one is still the best percentage-wise.
Oh, so it's not even voting for the worst. Well, it makes sense that it's not voting for the worst, obviously, but
yeah,
there's no way that's got to be a meme, right? Or they've just had lots of people vote.
16% of people have chosen the West Coast one as the best Guernsey out of the lot. Where only 3% of people have chosen the St Kilda one. Hawthorn are getting a lot on the brown and gold, getting 6%. Adelaide's getting 12 on theirs. But Greater Western Sydney getting 7 too. Like, honestly, the 3 worst are like the highest voted. Excluding the Crows, because I think the Crows one's all right.
I think the Crows one might be... Man, Hawthorn's pretty good. I think the Crows one might be the best, to be honest. Best blend.
I think it's like Crows, Hawthorn, brown and gold one.
Yeah.
And then probably the Gold Coast Rainbow Serpent one I'm also a fan of.
Yeah.
But then the Saints red, yellow and black one's got to be up there for me. It just stands out so much.
Yeah. Go to your article list and like the Hawks brown one is pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
It's pretty typical from them. Like Hawthorn seem to have they've done quite a few good Guernseys for this round.
Yes.
Over the last couple of
years. I
years.
do like the now I got an up close photo of the North one. I don't mind it actually. It's quite nice. Colours look good.
I don't know.
But
I don't know about the North one.
I'm gonna go Hawthorn brown and gold because I like it.
Oh, we jump on that 8%.
Yeah, I was on a different site, so from just the AFL website, there's like Explore Doug Nichols sort of hub page, and then you can go, club names and logos, Guernseys, share and design, music, blah blah blah.
Okay.
And they have a scroll bar and all of the Guernseys like side by side as you scroll through them.
Oh.
But only like, I guess, the main color one, I guess. Like if there's 2 of them, they don't have both of them. You got to click and then, it takes you to the page. But yeah, they have them all on the scroll bar, which is pretty cool. They've even got the umpire designed jerseys as well. They clearly didn't pay for the premium graphic because it's a bit blurry. That's okay. And they got the Auskick designs there too.
Just quietly, the Sharons look pretty good too.
Yeah, very nice. But
yeah, I'd own that red Sharon.
Got the whole list of name changes. Can't wait to practice that all week.
I'm not going to practice at all, and I'm just going to get absolutely fisted in the mouth next week.
Fair enough. It would be interesting to see, like, if every team picks up on this, because whether it be like some of these are like language translations for crows, for example, is their change one, or Noongar language for eagles of the West is their name that they've got. Whereas obviously Nam is just the word for Melbourne in the local language. But, places like the Gold Coast have, I guess, multiple sort of, there's a language group per se, but there's multiple, clans, I believe. Or even like Brisbane's a better example where it's split by the river, north versus south. Obviously, the stadium and the training is located south of the river, but Brisbane itself is both. So it would be interesting if all of them pick it up and how they choose what to go by.
Yeah, I think Brisbane's an interesting one, actually, because also there's probably no word for lion.
Probably not. Probably not.
Whereas Suns would be easy. There's got to be...
Oh, yeah. Has to be.
There's probably a reasonably unifying word for sun, given that, if you met another clan or whatever, you'd point at the big fucking thing at the sky and
you'll know what it is.
We'll figure out the name for that. Yeah.
Very true. Guess we'll see. Definitely more. I think we only had, Melbourne and Fremantle last year? Or maybe Port as well? Was it Melbourne, Fremantle, or Melbourne first and then Fremantle and Port last year?
Melbourne were 100% first. Nam was, lattes and whatnot.
Yep.
Freo was definitely there, though. I remember that name.
Yep. And
Port does seem familiar, too.
Port was there last year,
does seem familiar. Yeah. That might be it, then. 3 last year.
Yep. All right. Should we move on?
I think we can.
Okay. Matt's the real NBA expert. Have you been watching it much?
Absolutely none.
The Knicks and Pacers tied up 2-2. Nuggets Timberwolves tied up 2-2. So the Knicks are dead. Like, they're all injured basically. So the Pacers will probably get through. I'm not sure what the bracket looks like for them, but they'll probably just get smoked in the next round. Pretty sure it's going to be the Celtics out of the East, no matter what.
It's a pretty deep run for them anyway. That's wild.
Definitely. And the Nuggets, have come back after losing both at home, I think, to win both on the road. So they're just too good. Just a better team. They just got more guys. What are we looking at for the West?
Well, I did see a little bit about the Nuggets, actually. Jokic was saying they played more selfless basketball this game or something. And it's just more fun when they do that.
Yep.
And so there's literally no downside for them. So they have more fun. They win game. Probably should just do that
play
thing.
That way, I reckon.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
As, amateur basketball coaches here, we can probably, comfortably say that's the go.
Just go out and have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, just have a great time.
The Celtics lead 2-1 over the Cavs. Play tomorrow. And the Thunder are down. Dallas lead 2-1 in that series. That'll be a close one. That might go to 7. I think. That's NBA from me. That's all I've got.
Yeah, I don't know much either. Oh, except for Doncic has been getting absolutely fucking flattened, dude. Man, I saw just clips of him like falling flat on his face this series. I was like, fucking hell, dude.
God.
He went like 2.5 games without getting a personal foul called against him too.
Wow, that's actually really impressive.
Yeah.
I guess if you complain to the refs enough about not receiving fouls, then they just won't call them on you.
Just sucks to suck.
Perhaps. All right. Anyway, to the other Yoffs that are yon. Stan's Yoffs. Where obviously, in our team gear, as I said after the Rangers went up 3-0 in the series against the Hurricanes would win game 4 and then the Rangers will win back at MSG. I think that's probably tomorrow, I would say.
That is 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, there's a chance. I feel like the Hurricanes played better, but it was still a close game. Anyway, the Hurricanes did finally score a power play goal in the series after being like I don't know, 0-10 or something from power plays. It's just fallen apart again like it did last year. So,
well,
there's a chance.
There was there not that dude that just like 2 games in a row there was a power play and then
Oh yeah,
and then he made it even again. Whatever the phrase is for
it was literally like, I think it was the same. There was one game, it was like almost 2 in a row, like 2 power plays back to back. One of them lasted for 8 seconds before he tripped someone and made it 4-on-4, and then the next one lasted literally 2 seconds. It was a face off and like kicked back one off the face off, and the Rangers guy just immediately gets tripped by him again.
I think it was literally game 1 and 2 in the series. Yeah.
Literally, like, the Rangers guy took an step and got tripped. Only 2 seconds went by because that's how long it took the ref to call it. So, technically a not good power play, but not, also not technically a power play at the same time.
Yeah.
What are you going to do in 2 and 8 seconds, right? There's obviously some negative bits for the Rangers on those stats as well, because they technically also got a power play for, that same amount of time. On
the way back in.
But, Igor Shesterkin, the Rangers goalie, is just phenomenal, just way too good.
Yep. Since the All-Star weekend, he's been immense.
Really, really, really good.
And of course, there's no quit in New York.
Also true.
Yeah. So
also true.
Which is pretty obvious with the amount of fucking overtime, dude. Not on this last game, but I was very worried about. Was it game 3?
Yeah, game 3 went to overtime.
I was genuinely concerned that we weren't going to get to see the end of that because KO had already said it was the pre-show for the next game, and then they went to overtime.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
This is what we have to put up with in Australia when we want to watch something with ice or snow.
I can't believe, earlier in the week, there was one game where a team was on the power. There was like a minute left. One team was down by a goal, and they were on the power play, and it was fully ESPN. It wasn't just KO, just ESPN as a whole. Just kicked the broadcast off to whatever else was on. Everyone was just ropeable.
And here's the roast of Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly. Not good. Elsewhere in the East, Florida Panthers are also up 3-1. So a couple of not close series. So they're going back to Florida. Look to finish that out. The Oilers have choked a couple of leads as well. They're down after today, 2-1 to the Canucks, and the Stars are leading 2-1 over the Colorado Avalanche. So, be interesting.
Wow.
Rangers are, what do they start? 7-0, I believe, in the playoffs this year. Last time they did that, they won the Cup in 94, I think it said. So, fingers crossed that I think they're well and truly in the clear of being, President's Trophy chokers, as is tradition. I think they might have shaken that hoodoo already, because they're pretty damn good.
There's no need to shake the hoodoo back on, though.
No.
Chill out.
But if the Rangers play the Panthers, which is, likely at this stage, that'll be a very, very tough series.
Yeah.
And let's just hope whoever makes it out of the West doesn't get an easy run and then faces a beat-up team. Sort of like what happened last year with Vegas and Florida, where they just waxed them.
Look, as a part-time, at best, Rangers fan, I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm just enjoying the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Because it means when I see Rangers in my schedule, when I see Rangers going to come up in my schedule, I know that it's probably going to be broadcast.
True.
I don't have to check if KO is going to show it or not. I know it's actually going to be on.
I think they should have all. Oh, actually, I feel like there was one the other night that just wasn't on, or the other day.
I've only watched 3 of them.
I don't know if it was a Rangers one, but there was. I feel like this should be better. like from now on, the second round on, there's not as many games, so there's not as many broadcasters, so they should be fine. But I feel like there was a second round game that wasn't on, even Foxtel, I believe, but it was on the ESPN app, which is I can get through Foxtel. You can broadcast all the games.
Must have been some weird conflict.
Yeah, very strange. But yeah, at least they're not, relegated to NHL TV like the Orlando Magic in the playoffs were to, NBA TV. One thing I, thoroughly enjoy about, Foxtel and the ESPN app is the linkage, and that the NHL does show every single game through the ESPN app via ESPN. Who doesn't matter who broadcasts it, which is good. The thing that annoys me is I click watch, and there's, I don't know, a billion conservatively college baseball games on at the top of the list that I don't care about, and I have to scroll all the way down to find the NHL or the NBA to the bottom. It's like, or even like you go to the watch tab and there's 3 games that you can select there, that should be the featured spot, right? And it's always like, Notre Dame softball or Duke volleyball. It's like, fuck off. Just put the professional sports at the top on the stream. And then if people want to watch college sports, they will go find it. That's the one thing that irks
people
me.
just like watching athletes that are closer to being children than adults.
Student athletes. Yeah. Sure. Either way, the Rangers have a very good chance of winning it all, I believe. They got a very good...
There's no need to jinx it like
very
that.
Very good goalie, which you need to steal a couple games here and there if your team plays crap in front of you. They've got a very good team overall. Everyone's firing. There's not as much pressure this season, I feel, as last year when they brought in, Stanley Cup champion Patrick Kane and went essentially all in with signing a few guys. I feel like there's less pressure. They've, shown that they can play really well. So very good chance this year.
And they seem like they're having fun. Like legitimately, they in all their like post game clips and stuff. I mean, they're winning, so
that helps.
Whatever. But yeah, they all seem to have a good time and have belief. Which also quietly is something I really meant to bring up earlier on the Hawthorn game, was that like that was the main difference between the two sides. Hawthorn looked like they were playing with belief in their shirt, and the Saints were like, it's cold.
Should have all worn long sleeves.
Oh, but yeah, quick
football, innit?
Yep. It's over, right?
Yeah, it's done. It's done at both ends, would you believe?
Is the bottom sorted?
Yeah, Sheffield United are done.
Yep.
They've already set the record, I think, for most goals conceded in a Premier League season.
Jesus.
Currently, they have conceded 101.
Negative 66.
Not great.
Goal differential.
Not good.
Not good.
Burnley confirmed done. And Luton Town can make it out if Nottingham Forest lose, but Luton Town have to win their game by 12 goals.
Yeah, that's probably problematic.
Well, the goal differential between the two games has to be 12 goals positive to Luton Town. So, Nottingham Forest have to get absolutely battered, and Luton have to absolutely hammer no, they're not playing West Ham, are they? Wait, they might have been.
Luton are playing Fulham.
City are playing West Ham. Fuck that.
And Forest are playing Burnley. So, yeah.
I think Forest just hang on there.
It's probably done.
Which answers the question, actually, now that we've got 2 teams worth of evidence for it. It is indeed better just spending the money and copping the points deduction because you will hang in there.
Oh, yeah.
And you only lose the points for one season. And then the next season, you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Wait for Everton next season. They'll be up, around Chelsea and Man United of the world, 7th and 8th.
Nice.
If you actually add their points,
was a nice subtle jab at the boys.
If you actually add their points back, they would be 9th, 10th in between there. So
they lost at least 10 points on one deduction, and then they lose another 2,
didn't they?
So they would be. There's a possibility without deductions they finish above United because United fucking suck.
Exactly.
Dude. The United have conceded the most goals for them in like 60 years or something stupid. Don't fact check that. I didn't save it. But like it's something wild. Meanwhile, Arsenal have won the most games for them in their Premier League history.
Wow. And they're still not going to win because
they're still not going to win the league
over them.
Because they've only got one game left. City have 2 games. And City are only a point behind. So City will, easily dash through at the last minute.
Tottenham could play spoiler here if they can somehow squeeze out a win over City 2 days from now. And I don't know, City have West Ham after that, so probably not.
David Moyes' farewell game from West Ham.
Could be interesting.
It's a stretch of a storyline, though, to be
Arsenal
fair.
have Everton, so who knows? Who knows?
Everton are actually decent.
Yeah, they're actually not bad,
so
that's troubling.
Yeah.
We are still obviously waiting for the last match day to kick off so the league can hit City with their points deduction once the game has commenced. That would be ideal.
Honestly, I'm okay with City not getting a points deduction this year anymore.
They're going to win another trophy.
Because Liverpool have locked in third.
I see.
So I would much prefer City to have a points deduction in a season that Liverpool finished second.
Okay.
I'd even cop retrospective for that 99-98 point season, whichever one it was. Or I think that might have been the season City finished like 100 points, Liverpool finished like 99 or something.
Yeah.
I'll take a retroactive trophy.
Then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, fair enough. Although, never mind. Wouldn't make a difference. Oh, they do have a billion charges, don't they? So if they're docked 1 million points, Tottenham could jump up in the top 4.
Look, at this rate, Tottenham have guaranteed European football next year. Which division of European football, we're not sure.
Remains to be seen.
Because if Tottenham lose their remaining games and Newcastle win them, it's feasible that Newcastle play Europa League and Tottenham play Conference.
Oh, yeah, true. Yep, could be
same goes with Chelsea, actually. So I forget how many go to the Conference League. I think it's only one because the Europa League knockout ones go down there. So Tottenham actually haven't got European football locked in.
Oh dear.
Liverpool have locked in third though.
Not bad.
Villa are almost certainly playing almost certainly playing Champions League next year. It's pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah. Definitely.
Except they're actually not getting points for their next game because they're playing Liverpool.
Correct. So that's, it'll be
They will win against Crystal Palace, even though Crystal Palace are having a resurgence, though.
Yeah, probably. So, obviously, wrong with my preseason prediction of Luton finishing less than 12 points, I believe. I got to 26. Sheffield had 16. So not far off.
Sheffield sucked a hell of a lot more than I thought they would.
Yeah. Really bad. The fact they have like negative 30 more goals on goal difference than the next worst team is truly awful. The differential is almost double of Burnley.
Even Man United have
62
less goals conceded against them differential wise.
Man United is the best worst team in the competition. As far as
What's more of an insult, best worst team or
worst
best team?
uh
Probably best worst team, isn't it? So it's like, haha, you're actually a bad team.
Yeah. But yeah, of the teams that are negative goal differential, United is the best. Probably don't hang a banner on for that one.
So just for all the listeners at home, that makes 8th place down all have negative goal difference.
Yeah.
Even Chelsea have positive goal difference.
Actually, Man U, are the on goal difference at least are the equal best with Brighton, who also have -4.
And Brighton are only bad this year because they sold all their good fellas last year.
Yeah.
Like their whole midfield just got.
And they're still in 10th.
Yeah, so let me see. Chelsea paid how much for Brighton's midfield for Caicedo, and they're only 9 points ahead. So I think Brighton only dropped places because of how much fucking cash is in their pocket.
They was too heavy, and they just dropped down the table because of that.
It lines up.
Yeah. Look, I'd love for City to not win it all. That's, Arsenal's my Obi-Wan Kenobi at this point. They're my only hope of recouping any funds for the season. But it's unlikely. I buy a lotto ticket and go pray for a 1 billion point deduction for City on final day, I guess.
Looking at the facts, what we should have all done is put money on Crystal Palace and Bournemouth to finish mid-table.
True.
Because that seems to be a nice little recurring theme.
That's them. They're just steady eddies of the EPL. Death taxes and Crystal Palace mid-table.
Crystal Palace finishing 12th is actually... So they were 11th last year. They're 12th now. Yeah. They were 12th in 21-22. Mm-hmm. 14th in 2021. I mean, look, the 14th the year before that, 12th. The standard deviation on a Crystal Palace season is no larger than 3.
Yeah, no larger than 3 ladder positions.
Yeah. It's actually actually no larger than 2 if you take it from 12.
Yep.
No, from 13 because this is a 15th season. Oh, that sucks for them. That's not good. You'd be looking at change of ownership if you normally finish 12th and you finish 15th, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Blow it up.
United, take notes.
All right, making a note for us that I'll have to revisit and then put in my calendar for a future wager on Crystal Palace mid-table.
If you can actually put money on Crystal Palace between 11th and 14th place, that would be fucking insane money.
That's almost house on it responsibly sort of stuff at this point based on the data.
Because what they're going to do, realistically, end of this season, they've got 2 amazing, technically talented wingers that they're going to sell for billions of pounds. Mm-hmm. And they got a striker that is peaked late into the season that people are going to slurp up. Yep. And then all of a sudden their new coach is going to have no one to play football with. And they're going to have a shocking start to the next season.
This is true.
And then they'll end up finishing 12th again.
Yeah, they'll get off to a slow start, pick up some, mid-season transfers and just stay up.
I mean, the math just lines up.
It's too easy. The formula's there.
Speaking of the formula being there, we don't have all the required elements to do our show in. So I guess just tune in on social media.
Yep, our big baby will get back to us and finish off the show in for us.
The wild thing is too, when he does his stand-up, it's 5 minutes max.
Yeah.
And I've messaged...
He's not doing a special. He's not headlining.
He's definitely not doing a special. I messaged 9 increments of 5 minutes ago. So he's had 9 separate sets in order to, available to respond, and he hasn't.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Unless
Maybe he's networking too hard.
Oh, yeah, could be. Now, if you were to, if I canvass you for, say, a pair of shoe-ins, if you will,
Oh yeah.
what would your choice be?
Well, look, I would be leaning towards Matt probably picking something like a Port.
I reckon. Or Pies, but probably Port. I think it's a lot easier. Or
Port
or Melbourne.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, yeah. So if he would go the Port, I would go the Melbourne.
Yeah, that's probably sensible. If we look at the trends, Matt hasn't.
Oh, I think Sydney definitely are a better team than Carlton though,
And at the SCG too.
Yeah.
If we look at the trends, Matt has picked Port once this season. He hasn't picked the D's yet this year. So he's probably likely to go Port, I think.
So maybe we just...
And you've rode the D's a couple times.
We'll just question mark them now. I'll question mark them in the doc.
Yeah. He'll get back to us. But for those...
Get back to us, fucking...
For those young players at home, it's probably Port D's in some variation.
Realistically, if I'm feeling saucy and Matt does pick the D's, I might swing Swans.
Just because you don't want to pick Port.
I don't want to pick Port against Hawthorn, no.
Emotional hedge.
I can only handle so many emotions.
Okay, fair enough.
Also coming next week, the world's first 4-way coin flip.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you've heard it 2 up. Cop this.
You'd think a coin only has 3 sides, technically. But we're going to do a 4-way flip. Are you checking a coin?
Every time my phone buzzes, I think it's him.
Right.
Sorry.
So you're searching your wallet for a coin to verify that it has 3 sides.
No, I know where I've got coins. I've got like random coins on my floor that have like fallen out of my pockets.
Far out. Money bags, dude. You just drop money, just leave
There's like
it there.
10 cents here and there. Yeah, just... I'm like Smaug, dude. I'm just kind of leaving my treasure all over the place.
Call your money bags in the largest denomination that it could be is $2.
I could fill my entire bathroom with $2 coins and still not have enough money for a house deposit.
Still don't have enough money for groceries.
Not at the big 2, mate. Not at the big 2.
Way. Not at the duopoly.
Off to Aldi we go.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I guess that's going to be us going off then, won't it?
I think it's cheerio.
Okay. See you next week.